Welcome back, everyone. Today's episode is going to be on more advanced math problems. We're going to tackle about 5 of them, and hopefully, this helps you fix some weak spots you had before watching the video. So, we're going to start with a factoring question. X squared minus 12x plus 27 is equal to 0. How many distinct real solutions does the given equation have? Okay, what we're going to do here is simply factor with our AB or our A, C, B method. So A times C is 27, and then our B value is negative 12. So knowing this, we need something times something that equals 27, but when those two somethings are, or when those two numbers are added, they equal negative 12. So here, negative 3 times negative 9 is going to give us 27 when we multiply and 12 when we add. So that's going to allow us to set up the factored expression of this over here, and we're going to have two distinct solutions. Distinct real solutions just mean like separate solutions that are real numbers, so we get exactly 2 of them for this question. So that's going to be your answer for the first one. Our second question, for the exponential function g, the table shows 4 values of x and their corresponding values of g of x. Which equation defines g? Okay. So if we look at the table over here, we see starting with 25, we go directly to 1. When it ever asks about an exponential function, each increase of 1 in x is going to have a geometric decrease in the output. So here there's a decrease of 1/25th, or not a decrease of 1/25th, but a ratio that is decreasing by. And then same here. And same here. So every time you multiply the previous one by 1 over 25. And looking at this, we need to pick a function here. A is definitely not correct because we don't have our 1 over 25 ratio. Same with C. And then we're between B and D. But if we look at this, we need at g of 0. So g of 0 needs to equal 1. So therefore, if we plug in 1 over 25 to the 0, we'll get 1, and that gives us our answer D. If you were going to do the same for B, 1 over 25 to the 0, but it's a negative, you get negative 1. So that's not going to work for B. So if you can't construct the equation from scratch, look at your answers, let them guide you. So that's your answer for this question. Looking at the next one, we have another factoring question. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to x squared minus 5? Okay, so honestly, if you can't see it off the bat, I would just solve each one. So we have over here, we know that this is going to be equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, which is equal to x squared plus 2 square root of 5x plus 5, which is not equal to this. That's wrong. And then same thing here, it's going to be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So this is going to be x squared minus 2 square root of 5x plus 5. Not the same thing, not this one. And then we have this where we FOIL. So this term times this term, this term times this term, and then this term times that term times that term. So we have x squared minus square root of 5x plus square root of 5x minus 5. And if we simplify this, this is going to be x squared, these cancel out, minus 5. And that is your answer. We're not going to solve the last one because this one doesn't even have a square root in it, so it's very obvious that that one is incorrect. Okay, which of the following expressions is or are a factor of 3x squared plus 20x minus 63? Okay, this is kind of messed up again. I'm going to rewrite it entirely for you. So, sorry. It's going to be, for your first option, it's going to be x minus 9. For your second option, it's going to be 3x minus 7. Okay. So, before we jump in, if these are a factor, the solution would be x equals 9 here, and x is equal to 7 over 3 here. And then with our calculator, that's equivalent to like 2.333 repeating. Okay. And now what we're going to do is, instead of trying to factor with the ACB method, because look, we would get negative 189 and 20. And that is super difficult to factor, so we're not even going to attempt that. We are going to use a graphing calculator, and I'm going to show you exactly how to tackle that. So if you go to y here, you put in your function. I'm not going to spend time putting it in again, but that is your function, 3x squared plus 20x minus 63. Then you hit graph, and you could distinctly see your two solutions there, but we don't know if they're the same as the ones given, so we have to solve for x. Second trace, go to 0 because that's the solution one. Enter. And now it says left bound, so go to the left of the intercept, of the x-intercept, and then right bound, go to the right, and then guess, just press enter again, and you get x equals negative 9. Now if we go back to our question over here, we see that x equals negative 9 is not an answer. It's x equals 9. So we know I is not an answer as of now. And now we go back and we do the same thing for the other side. Oops, quit that. We do the same thing for the other side. Second trace and 2. Okay. So left bound, we're going to keep going until we see our marker. Okay, we saw it for a second. Go down again. So that's left bound. This is right bound. Press enter, and we get 2.333. So if we see, that was our answer for the second option. So we know I is not an option, but I is. So that gives us answer B as our answer. Always utilize graphing technology when you can, when it's easier. You could do the same thing on Desmos as I did here, but whatever's available to you. I'm just more comfortable with the graphing calculator. And yeah, we're going to move into our next problem now. Last one for today. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to 8x to the 10 minus 8x to the 9 plus 88x? Okay, looking at our answer choices, I can already see we have to factor because we're taking stuff outside of the parentheses. So if we see here, what's in common? Well, all of these have an x, so we can take an x out, and that's going to give us 8x to the 9 minus 8x to the 8 plus 88. Is that an answer? No, it's not. So we're going to keep factoring. What else is in common? Well, these all have an 8 except this one, but it is divisible by 8. So you can take 8 out to the side, and then you get 8x to the 9 minus 8, not 8x, just x to the 8 plus, and then 88 divided by 8 is 11. Now looking at our answer choices, we see, well, these two don't even take 8x out, and then this is your answer, because this fails to simplify the x inside, which is a trap answer, so be careful of that one. So D is going to be answered for this question. Not too hard. The problems today were not difficult at all, as long as you take the right method and approach to each of them. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please leave any suggestions in the comments and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on day 29.